All right, guys, what's up? As you can see, we're not in Idaho. We're out here in beautiful Spokane Valley. And if you guys watch any sort of archery YouTube videos, you may recognize where we're at. We're with the man here, Mr. Dan Staton, Mr. Elkshape. Thank you, Dan, for having me out here, dude. This beautiful property, beautiful day out here. Show everyone on our channel kind of behind the scenes of Elkshape HQ, where you guys are putting the magic down and making it happen.
Sure. Well, yeah, we shoot right here a lot. We have an archery range in the background, like where those trees are at. It's Spokane Valley Archery, my buddy Josh. That's his archery shop, and it's a pretty good little 3D course there. And I'm trying to slowly, over time, you know how expensive archery targets are. Yeah. So I already have a small fortune in 3D elk, full size, you know, and then the antelope. I'd like to have some mini elk from Reinhardt.
Oh yeah.
I've had those in the past, so I kind of want to sprinkle out some more minis, but shoot from here, maybe put some up on the hill, different angles. But we try to shoot every day, a thing we do. And we like to mix it up. I don't want to just be stuck in routine where like I always shoot from this spot. Like to mix up the distances. Sometimes we'll do some like sprint intervals, or we'll go over there where the rucksack and do the hills and shoot. So a lot of opportunity. Plus it's nice to have an archery shop right there. It's kind of dangerous.
Okay.
You know, on your pocketbook.
Yeah. Quick hot take from you though.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Reinhardt third scale.
Yeah.
Do you buy the magic or the science behind it that says, oh, you shoot it at 20, it's like shooting a bull at 60. You shoot it at 30, it's like shooting a bull at 90.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely. Yeah, I mean
we did a video on it and guys were like, oh, your pin float, this, that, and the other.
I think it makes sense to me, and maybe it is just a marketing ploy and a really good one, but I'd rather shoot foam than like dot or a bag target.
Same.
But you notice that what's not in storage, actual 3D targets. I like shooting foam because you don't have a dot on an elk when it steps out.
Correct.
Like you have to pick where to aim, and your shot placement, your shot selection is what it comes down to.
Right. This is where all the hard work goes down. This is where you can come away, show up.
Yeah, it's 25 feet wide. It's 50 feet long.
Okay.
When we bought Elkshape HQ, we already had an amazing home gym.
Okay.
And we had kind of built it from the ground up. Like, I think it was a 40 by 30 shop, or actually no, it ended up being 30 by 50. So it was bigger, higher ceilings. I kind of miss it. It had a really good heat system. So this is still a work in progress is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we kind of just wanted an open space. I still dabble in some CrossFit, I do.
Okay.
But I mainly do Elkshape training, which is probably 90% focused on getting ready for the mountains.
Right.
But for just basic gear and stuff, we have the assault bikes. The Echo bike is at my house, but erg bikes, plyo boxes, sound system, your stack of dumbbells. We got all your bumper plates and Dynamax balls, like for wall ball shots, and landmine collars, ab mats. Probably plenty of barbells to share if friends come over.
Okay, that's cool.
D-balls, sandbags, odd objects, and only 2 squat racks. We have the third one we put in our basement at home, which I honestly use in the winter because it's like just warmer. And I'm home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'll probably do 2 workouts at home. But out here when I'm at work, we'll work out here. The ski ergs are nice. They don't take up a lot of real estate. You can suck them up against the wall. This is from Rep Fitness. They're out of Colorado. Okay. And they have really good pricing, and they don't charge shipping. So I like that. But everything here we've bought. The one rower is like a garage sale grand slam is what I'd call it. Okay. So like I bought this one new. I think it's about $1,000. They last forever. We bought this one at a garage sale for $40. Oh, okay. So if you are crafty, like on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, reverse hyper for that back, hammies, everything. This is life for me. GHD raises, safety squat bar. I don't have a chambered bar yet. I kind of want one. We train in waves. So like post elk season, I'm pretty depleted. So I typically try to do like a density phase for the next 8 weeks, trying to like build back a lot of muscle I lost, not get injured, focusing on strength. And then once January 1 hits, then we're like full on doing like probably some sort of powerlifting or Olympic weightlifting, squat cycle, bench cycle, deadlift cycle, something like that, sprinkled in with hypertrophy. And by the time this year rolls around, like March 1st is like the beginning of our interval-based training where we're starting to build that metabolic engine because we really want to be. Yeah, it's usually high. It's usually intervals.
Okay.
Some zone 2, but mainly just interval training. And then as the season progresses, you'll see less and less barbell, more and more sandbag, odd object, rucking, body weight movements, peaking right for September 1st.
As far as a fitness standpoint, because there's tons of debate out there about, oh, a bro split's best, or oh, you should be doing CrossFit, high intensity, low weight. Do you kind of have the mindset of whatever's going to make you the best, be in the best shape for the Elkwoods in September so you can pack out a bowl? Or you kind of like, do you feel like there's one type of training that's better than the other?
I will say that regardless of what you do, it better create general physical preparedness for the mountains. The mountains don't really respect specialization. So if you're somebody who really specializes in trail running, that's different than putting a 40-pound pack in, going after elk for 14 days straight. They're just yeah, there's some overlap, but they're different. Or if you're a power lifter and you got a great bench squat dead, that's great, but I don't think that's going to serve you well in the elk mountains. I think like a well-balanced approach, try like general physical preparedness, doing a lot of things really well, and finally having a purpose for every pound on your body. The last thing you want to do is if you're like 30 pounds overweight, that's 30 pounds extra in your backpack essentially. That of just nothing that's going to help serve your needs. So I always try to show up September 1 like purpose for every pound on my body. I don't worry about buying the most lightweight gear. I focus on this gear first.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, I mean, end of the day, like my philosophy, I plan for the mountain, I train for the mountain. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing in the gym is going to translate, you know, as far as heavy weight or cardio. Like legs and lungs are always something like are huge. I have big legs too, you know, like it's just a thing, but I got to keep them strong, you know, and then just keep my cardiovascular health up there too. For people watching, try and figure out what it is that your purpose is going to be on the mountain. If you're going to be packing out elk, that could weigh up to 120, 130 pounds you're putting on your back. So just being able to make sure your body reacts correctly to that. You just hanging all these bulls up in here for, you know, just out of space? You got any reason? I know you said, what is motivation really?
Oh yeah. So you said to me when you walked in, oh, I bet this is motivating. And I said, what is motivation? And I mean, we're all humans. So like we all have like times when we're really motivated. But I try to ignore all that shit. I don't get to make a decision. The decision's made. I'm training.
Okay.
I'm doing this because I have a bigger goal, a bigger why. But yeah, these are just bulls that I don't pay for taxidermy.
Okay.
I'll either cut the skull plate or I'll boil the skull myself, power wash, degrease, bleach it, throw it up there. Cool. I know every bull. I can tell you how far, the distance, the drainage, the timing, everything. I put bulls in here. I got an overflow room over there. Okay. My wife is not a hunter. She does not want elk antlers in her house. She's not into that. And for me, I want them in the gym. I want to take a peek up as a reminder of what we're training for, but not a huge taxidermy guy. Everything here is not a trophy, but a memory to me. Okay. And I honor that.
I kind of see it the same way as Dan. Clock starts over as soon as the bull hits the ground type of deal. Like, it's great to kind of celebrate it and be happy in the moment, but just like in a football game, like you win the game, 24 hours later, clock starts over. It's what's
Studying
next.
Film.
Right.
Next week's opponent.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I like that.
We're in their studio. This is where all the magic for the Elkshape channel kind of goes down. They got the editing stations, podcast studio, tinkering studio, gear review studio. It's pretty cool, so I'll let Dan walk you guys through that. Check it out.
It's a mess today. I apologize. So I built this for my son. I ordered him a gun. We're gonna work on some long range shooting with him, and the only reason this is in here is I have a few parts I need to swap out. This is kind of what I use for like North Idaho elk hunting or North Idaho bear hunting. Other than that, it doesn't get a lot of use, and I'm not into riding dirt bikes for fun. No. This is literally, I only got into dirt bikes in 2001 so that I could get closer to elk on places where you're allowed to ride dirt bikes. I also have four-wheelers, UTVs, e-bikes, but at the end of the day, those two quads right there on you
these
are what are going to get you to close the deal on more elk.
These are the motors, baby.
As you know, we were just sitting here, we just did a podcast with Richard. It'll be coming out. Check it out on the Elkshape podcast channel.
Yeah, we'll link it. We'll
download.
Link it. Yeah, or download it. We'll put it in the description.
We put in a lot of sound in here as well, and we still are tinkering with a few more things on the backdrop. In fact, I have backdrops arriving today. for this side. I wanted to just a little bit different backdrop. And then we did build this within like multiple sets. Like this was the set that my buddy Tyler probably uses the most for his gear reviews, for Elkshape gear. I'll use it from time to time. There is some soundboards. There is a top down.
Oh, nice.
All those are Idaho elk sheds from North Idaho. I used to be into shed hunting. I've sold almost all of them, but those are the ones I refuse to sell. And then this is mainly a product overview, just a nice clean area.
Okay.
And then in this bay, it's like mainly where I just go to work on arrows and bows, and I tune people's bows. Like I'll be building a bow for the guy behind the camera right now. He's got a bow ordered for that. I have a video I'm shooting right now that we'll be doing later today on this. When I get back from physical therapy, I'm doing a big deep dive on different veins, trying to decide on what vein to use, which broadhead for 2025 elk.
Okay.
So I have 2 presses, and I have all the fingers, a draw board. I usually keep a couple bows. I do give away a lot of bows every year. This is what I was telling you about on the set. This is my latitude system for bears, for elk. Weighs nothing. Saddle, everything's in there. Super light. I got a stack of bulls here that I don't even know how many are in there, but I will make a new pile, Lord willing, if we ever get there. My target bow, and then I keep boots and binoculars, and then I know where everything's at. I'm a very organized guy because I have to be. So every tote in over there has an elk tote for elk hunting, or backcountry nutrition, or backcountry gear, just because I have to be tidy around my wife. I've been married for 15 years, and she's like basically trained me.
That's good.
It was. You'll see someday. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of the studio, and then we edit over there. Largely what I do, honestly, is edit, believe it or not.
You do a lot of the editing. Well, you're not making Riley just do it all here.
He can't do it all. Like, I would need 5 Rileys. So I've been always editing my whole life.
That's cool.
So I edit, he edits, but like this, you're our 4th guest this week, and it's Thursday, and I have another guest that's going to be here at noon, and I got to go to PT, and then I still need to train, shoot at some point. When am I going to edit? So editing, honestly, is like the bottleneck of what we do, because we make so much content. And I don't know if we'll ever slow down, quite honestly, because we just really love like people like you. I just got to hang out with you, get to know you. You got a great, incredible story, honestly, and you'll be my friend. Like I'll have your number, and we'll just be in my phone, and I always so that is what I feel blessed, is that the channel has allowed me to meet more people, and I'm a people person like you. Like it's about the relationships, it's about the people, and then go do cool stuff together. I'm
super thankful to be here, have a new relationship with you, friendship with you, be able to hold each other accountable if we see either one of each other, you know, slacking off, because that's the type of people I need, or I want in my circle, in my life. Is people that don't just think everything I'm doing is so cool or great. Like I want them to appreciate it, you know, and check it out. But people that can, you know, call me out on certain things if I'm not being, you know, super transparent, or if they see that I'm falling off on something, you know, like I need people like that in my life. So that's why I'm coming to do stuff like this, come visit you, you know, check it out up here. You guys behind the camera here watching this video, you guys can see a little behind the scenes, everything that goes into what makes Dan Elkshape his brand. It's not just oh hey, I get to go kill all these elk every year, and hey, I get to go on all these hunts all the time because, you know, I shoot a Matthews or whatever. It's no, it's legit, right? Like it's, you know, it's hard work. He's putting the time in, the effort in, the energy in. You never stop, and you always got to stay on your grind, which you do. So I really appreciate that about you. So
separation isn't the preparation. Get preparing, boys.
You hear that? So separation's in the preparation. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll link Dan down and Elkshape down, everything below. Put that podcast in there once that is live. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not to our channel already. We're growing the channel. We like what people like Dan are doing, and we want to keep that train rolling. So we'll see you guys on the next video.